Homelessness, 30,000.
Thousands, 2,000, 3,000.
2,000. I was going about 1,500.
Seriously?
14,000? Holy cow.
That's pretty high.
I think there's a lot of misperceptions. I think people tend to think that folks who fall into homelessness are drug addicts and mentally ill, and certainly that is some of the afflictions that our population deals with. But a lot of our folks are just falling on hard times. They've lost a job, somebody's gotten sick, their hours at work have been cut back, and they very quickly go through that safety net that they may have, and they end up at our doors. I think most people are surprised to learn that 90% of the population who comes through our doors stay for a very brief period of time, and then that's usually their only episode of homelessness. But about 10% of our population are what we call chronic. These are folks who tend to make the shelter their permanent housing destination, not necessarily by choice, but rather by circumstance. Almost everyone who is in that chronic category has experienced some form of trauma. Our goal is to get those folks out and get them into housing, and we find that once we do that, they thrive and they don't come back to the shelter. The road home, we try to, as much as possible, bring the services to our clients. We have incredible partnerships within the community, many of which actually are housed on site.
Valley Behavioral Health Services, they're actually on site with us, ready to go just like we are.
We have the Veterans Administration, we have the Department of Workforce Services, who can help our clients apply for mainstream benefits such as food stamps, Medicaid, temporary aid to needy families. It's not just putting these folks into a home, it's really changing their lives.
I have one family. They came into shelter and we were able to get her onto housing a little bit more permanent. Once she knew that there was this housing option, she was actually able to get in contact with treatment. It was the first time that she was clean for after 10 years, she told me. I've been clean for almost 5 months now. We gave her a place, to call home.
As much as possible, we see ourselves as a connector.
We try to have a one-door kind of mentality, that if somebody's going to come to my door, their help is not just going to stop at housing. We also want to be able to help them with anything else that they're trying to succeed in.
And we really want to bring those resources to our clients and connect our clients to those resources that are going to enable them to not only get out of homelessness, but to remain out of homelessness.
Many of them are people who just really want to get back on track in their lives.
So one particular story comes to mind about a veteran and lacked any kind of documentation to even start with. We call up to the Veterans Administration. They were able to pull some documents for us, his record of service, his health care card, eventually his birth certificate, his social security card. But it didn't really stop there. We were also able to look at the different funding sources and help that the VA could provide this veteran, get him connected to their health care, to their mental health services, their housing as well as ours in a single meeting. I mean, if a veteran's already in crisis and trying to add in a bunch of steps, it just adds to their time of homelessness. But if we can put it all in one place and have everybody there to support them, then their time of homelessness decreases significantly. We can turn them around and get them with keys in their hands a lot faster.
Shelter is necessary. It's a necessary step. It is critical care. It's the ER, but it's not the final destination, and a home is the final destination. And the therapeutic element of that home is such that for the first time in their lives, they're able to start addressing some of the issues that have led to homelessness in the first place.
I have one young lady, her family became homeless when she was young. She first hit our shelter when she was 11 years old, and she's in her mid-20s now, and she has 2 small children. She started working when she first came to Palmer Court, and subsequently she decided that she really needs a better education to be able to get a better job. So she is enrolled in a program to get her high school diploma.
I am Holly Bruff, and I'm known as the Cake Lady at the Road Home. I have the privilege of making birthday cakes for all of the children who reside at the road home. There can be up to 200 kids at the road home at one time. Duncan Hines is my best friend. I remember an experience that I had where there were 10 cakes that needed to be delivered. So I pulled up and I saw this teenage boy standing near the doors. I took his arm and I said, "I need your help with something." And he looked at me and there was fear in his eyes, like, "I don't know you." And I said, "It's okay. I'm the cake lady." And I saw this, it was like this veil of understanding, just, "Oh, I know who you are. I can help you. You're safe." If I can be even just a small part of putting a smile on a child's face once or twice a week, sign me up. I mean, it's such a simple thing. In fact, it's a piece of cake. It is such a joy. It really just makes my heart sing when I see these children. I've had a few times when I've been really touched by their gratitude. And I know that what I do is just simple. Simple for me. But it means so much to them.
When I walk in the doors of the road home and I see my office is right by the family shelter entrance, and that tends to be Grand Central Station for the shelter. It's always incredibly busy. And when I walk in, most mornings, I will see a family near the front door with all their belongings packed up, and they will be loading up their car. And I know that that family is moving into a house. I know they're moving out of the shelter. And you can see the kids, they're dancing around, they're completely excited. Mom and Dad are probably a little frustrated because they're trying to rein in the kids and get the car loaded as quickly as possible. But for me, that's what it's all about. It's about a home. We see folks who, by all other means you would think, are beyond hope. And we see them every day change their lives. We can solve homelessness in our lifetime. I firmly believe that.